guess it's been a ride. And I guess I had to go to that place to get to this one. Now some of you might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, don't follow me. I'm not sure I made it out. Like, yes, I got the cap and gown, but 4 years in a cocoon now. Do I turn butterfly or do I turn moth? TOK will teach you there's beauty in both, but after all the struggle, I want to be literal. This diploma better make doors of walls. Walk into my uni, get a round of applause. I'm kidding, but not really. You could laugh, but it's not funny. That's just a measure of the IB's intensity, at least to me. Because you see, I can't speak for all of you, so I won't try to. What I will instead do is speak for myself and hope you can relate to, like Tamanda said, this is a praise poem. A compilation of my 4 years at Warsaw for the standing ovation for this 4-year vacation. I say this in retrospect. In the moment, it felt more like a 4-year life sentence. It's not about the end result though, it's about the experience, so let me take y'all back. As I do so well. It wasn't nothing like that first time I came onto campus. Wide eyes, big smile, pink backpack. His beside me used to laugh at my jokes. Nope, because I was too shy to speak to my crush in Form 4. We did have math together though. As you can probably tell, I've grown a lot more confident since then. But there can be no courage in the absence of fear. So don't fall into the same trap I did for years, thinking I was brave enough to face a lion, but never actually going into the jungle. I'm leaving now, so I have a confession to make. Every single poem I performed in a stage, I performed afraid. But it's like Riri said, you be fearless every day, and when you don't feel like it, just pretend, girl. That's it. Don't let them see you sweat. But that in itself is a form of bravery, being afraid and still doing it anyway. Allow me to borrow from Tammy. Glory to the people who made this journey. You guys are the reason I'm standing here. Okay, not to overgive the credits, I may have had a thing or two to do with it, but without your encouragement, these poems would have stayed tucked away in my things I should have said basket. So here's to you guys. To the survivors who began in 2016, those who joined along the journey, and the newbies who came in IB. I met a musician who's half Guinea, a mini Einstein from Turkey, poetic queen in the streets of NYC, a painting all the way from Germany, and I'm a Leccio Fighterberg, who that last one could be. Phrased like this, it sounds real pretty. But IB wasn't always this poetic. What I'm trying to say is it wasn't always sunshine and roses in the moment. It wasn't like this. In the midst of it, it was ugly. My third all-nighter had me questioning if my education is really worth it, like IB owes me so much sleep. Looking at deadlines with so much uncertainty and considering other alternatives, like surely I could do plumbing. Surely there's people with no education still making a living. And during those dark times, during those dark prison nights, the thought would cross my mind. If you couldn't handle it, why would you be given the opportunity? At which point my sleep-deprived brain would retaliate by saying, wouldn't I like to know? But I had to learn to release control and let the outcome be its own, and this would only happen when I realized there was no way I could make the deadline. And it's that moment when you make peace with it that allows you a brief vacation amid the misery. And this usually involved the standard room visits to make sure all your friends are being equally unproductive. Netflix if it's rainy, tuck shop walk if it's sunny. And it may sound counterproductive, but these mini vacations were so necessary. For those times when it felt like nothing was going right and you were on the brink of losing your mind. But I like to think everything happens for a reason, because hope is a necessity for survival, because it's true. We're not born knowing what to do, how to handle things that we have to go through. And in the midst of it, that may feel a bit cruel. Like sending a soldier to war armed with a spoon, but we're armed with something better, and that's the ability to evolve. Bio students, topic 5, evolution question. Natural selection leads to speciation. Describe 8-mark question. The last week version of me couldn't have written this poem. No, seriously, ask Mr. Bradshaw. I literally didn't have a poem last week. But I didn't have this train of thought to jump on. I had to leave my comfort zone, grow beyond the impossible. And I guess that's kind of the story of my entire high school journey. I'm at the end of my poem now, and I wrote a conclusion, but I think it's Mandela's flawless. So here's to the group of people that refuse to be nameless. We are children of the sun, and now it's time to share our brightness with the world.